Hello there, this is Draco. We are playing Modern Merfolk. Modern Merfolk are doing great at the moment. Of course, since the Naru ban, the meta has been changing up a bit, and the best deck right now is Boros Energy, which is a horrible matchup, but all the other places in the meta, Merfolk is actually looking pretty nice. So I'm enjoying playing it. I'm preparing for RCQ soon, and right now I'm just testing out a couple of different cards. There's actually a list that I saw. This guy, Marshmalowski, he won, you can see here, he won 5-0 earlier with this list. You can see here, we're actually getting some good results in here on the Magic Modern Leagues. See here, if you look at, since the ban, we have had, here, Marshmalowski winning 5-0, then Teki, Davito, Sam, many 5-0s, many good results, looking really good. And I took this Marshmalowski list from the 10th, but he actually managed to win another one here. So great job by Marshmalowski. Nikachu also did a good one here. And I also like this list from Sethi. But we took the list originally from Marshmalowski here. And one of the things that's interesting is that 16 or 17 lanes, I think you can go either way. But this list is running 17. We have also again here we have the combo with we have a couple of adepts. We have in this list 4 Tidebinders, which I think is maybe one too many, maybe 2 too many, but it's still a nice card. 3 Flare Denials, 2 Force Negation, all 4 Harbingers and 2 Swayloons. The sideboard 3 Subtleties, 2 Flares, 3 Harbingers. Dismember, 2 Chalice, 3 Chalice actually, and 2 Damping Spheres. And we're already 3-0, so let's just see if we can win up the league here. But in general, what I think right now is that we have a pretty good ways of building the deck. There's a lot of good cards, good options you can go for. So there's actually a lot of the different types of structures you can do in the deck that could be good. I think that the most correct way to build it right now, at least, is that to go for Ether Vial, and go for Flare of the Niles, and go for Silver Adepts, go for a lot of Lord effects, and also, of course, having the 4 Harbingers. This is the best card we have received for a long time. So very nice list, very nice card for the list. And we're back here for 4th round of this league. We have won 3 matches. And we can keep the Sand Years, even though it's not impressive. We are on the draw, so that's fine. This Singing Super is never going to be cast here. Okay, but here we see definitely we should be up against Valakut. So this is Emerald Titan. So against Emerald Titan, we don't want to run out the Tide Shaper because they have Ursus again. No, don't do anything. Oh, but this is not Emerald Titan. What's going on here? They don't play white. I love Malevolent Rumble. It's a pretty nice card. This has been one of the Modern Horizons cards that have really been good for many players. I think this is a brew. Some sort of brew. This Temple Garden at least is confusing. Okay, that's a good draw. Next turn we can turn all of these off. So what do we want to do before then? This could maybe mean this could mean turn. Okay, see, we get some information here. We got the Valakut, we got the Renin 6. So actually it looks a bit more like classic, more mid-rangey. So either we want to play Tide Shaper, but I think it's fine just to ignore that and hold up Hexcatcher. So we'll just play the Motor Vault, and next turn we can play the Harbinger. So in case they play a ring, we can counter it. See what this is. Santa's Lounge. Sign of Draco, so this is not great. Okay. But I think we can raise it anyway, so it's Domain Zoo. My problem here is that, okay, this is pretty good because they'll have what's called the removal spell for 1. We can counter that with Vodal and Hexcatcher, so it's pretty nice. So normally Domain 2 doesn't play Valakut, so it's a pretty weird combo this guy is doing. Anyway, so the Leyline Binding, he could have that, definitely. So we'll play out this one here, because then we have protection for when he want to kill off the Harbinger. Yeah. So we'll do that now. Yeah, that's fine. So now we've shut off all his lands and fetch lands. So he has a 4/4. But we can play out 2 lords next turn. So maybe he tries to raise here, but he can't raise us. Also, we have Single Stuber actually being up now, so now we want to draw a land. It would be pretty nice. Not a land. Because we can cast the Single Stuber now on the sign, but I don't think we need to. We can just play 2 lords, hit him for 4, he goes to 12, and next turn 2 other lords. Isn't that just better? Yeah, so let's play this out. This won't be a... This won't cost us 3 life now, so I can just play it out like this. Now it's an island, and we can play out a lord. And play out this one to give 1 more damage. This should be enough to kill him next turn with 2 extra lords. Yes, okay. Okay, Sign of Draco. I like this member against Sign of Draco. This deck is good if they have the Leyline of the Guild Pact initially. And they are typically also running with Territorial Kavu, which is like nice for the Trickster. Harbinger can also be pretty nice. It was interesting that they had 2 Valakuts. That was pretty crazy. But again, Leyline of the Guild Pact and Valakut is kind of a combo, so that makes some sense. But I got the sense we were looking more into a bit of a Zoo deck in some sorts. So the Hexcatcher might not be the best. It's at least a domain deck. So Dismembers, that's fine. Harbingers, that's too much. Maybe we just want to have... I'm gonna cut a couple of Hexcatchers. Force Negations are not good against these guys. Then we've got 1 Hexcatcher. I don't quite know how much of a Zoo deck and how much of a Valakut deck this is, but I think Dismember is definitely a good against Sign of Draco. But Harbinger, maybe not yet. Let's see. This hand is fine. This is one of the hands where I want to start by playing this Single Stuber. Oh my god, he had the Guild Pact. So that's good, we have the Trickster at least to tempo him out here, because he'll be able to play a turn 2 Scion now. But we have things we can do against the Scion. Land is fine, but I think I'd rather want to play up the Single Stuber now. So this is Yeah, I want to play the thing on super. Now, say no to this. And then he play out the Scion here. Oh, he cannot. Okay. It's pretty good for us. So now we want to try to go for his lands. We can say this one and say Merfolk, just so make sure that there's no counterspell. They do have Stop and Denial, but that's only for non-creatures spells, of course. But they also have something sometimes, but maybe it doesn't really matter. But I'll definitely take the Tide Chipper and try to go for. It doesn't really matter, right? I'll just take this one. And then at least if he has a Scion, we can still bounce it. So now it's only an island. Got Scion. And this Scion is really good. It's a really, really strong version of the Scion because it has first strike, hexproof, lifelink, tremble. So we have to raise it here. But I think we can. Maybe not. I forgot it had hexproof as well. This is just a really good card. Also because they might have Leyline Binding for the Svealoon. That would be annoying. So either we just play out a Lord hitting in for 3. I think we have to get this Svealoon, but how do we get this off the ground? Also because we can't bounce this stuff here. There are 2 of them. So he hits for 4. I don't think we can win against that Scion there. We can raise it. We can raise it. Did you find the One Ring? The One Ring. Okay, we need to draw. We need to draw something to counter that. So they do have the One Ring. That's annoying. Okay. Okay. Can raise 2 of them. Okay, he didn't take the One Ring, he took the Silent Draco, so we doesn't really need that one. Maybe we need... Okay. Start by playing Lord and attack and see if what we draw. And now I think we want to play out the adepts to see if we can draw more. Stuff. Okay, that's one I hope to draw initially, so we can attack with that next turn. We do a lot of damage next turn. But he kills us in 2 turns and he takes 8 life every turn. Okay. We might want to get in the subtlety now for Flage. Though that's not the best thing you can be doing. So we're dead next turn. He's on 30. Okay, this is GG. So even interesting. It's just the main value control deck with more Flage and One Ring instead of Tutorial Kavu. It's pretty crazy. Yes. Maybe the Solstice is okay. Typebinders is good against the ring. The Force Negates is also pretty good against the ring, but we have Flare of the Nile as well. Maybe we just want to run out with the Flare of the Niles. But they can counter a Scion on 2 if we have a Tide Chip on 1. Harbingers are good. Svedums might be too slow. Cut. We're gonna cut. And Lords are good as well. How good is the Tricksters if they don't run Kavu? Not the best. Yeah, okay, this is fine. He goes to 6. I think the thing is we need to stay in hand here for this. This is my pitch card. We play out the violent one. Okay. They didn't have it here. What's this now? Prismatic ending for 1, okay, that's fine. We attack the lands. I don't think they have Ursus Saga, this version of the deck. Okay, this is pretty nice. Let's start by attacking. Play Singles and Stupor first. Say yes. Now we play the Harbinger. He needs to crack it here. Let's see if he goes for white mana. Okay. It's nice that we have the Flare Denial up for the Tide Chipper. He plays an island. That's a good play. Stop by attacking here, and then we want to play the Svelum. Okay, this is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. We've left the Nile up. Next turn we can also help with Sing Super. So we won the match. And it was an interesting take on Sue, because it was more like a controller's version of Sue. But when they do have the sign of Draco from the Leyline of the Guildbag, that's actually something that this deck can really handle, because we need to interact. And typically we can't, especially if they're on the play, we can't flare the Nile, that one. Okay, let's see if we get the trophy win here. We are 4 games in with 4 victories. See you for the finals. Okay, we even won the die roll in the finals. This hand is bad. Let's mulligan. This hand is better. We'll keep it. And the question is, if it's forced negation of Flare of Denial, I wanna pitch here. I think we're gonna put back the Flare of Denial or the forced negation in the dark here. Maybe. We don't have the best sack target. That's also why I want to run 4 Silver Adepts with Flare of Denial. I think that's a much better line. This deck is only running 2. But force negation is typically better late anyway, so let's just pitch that one back. The issue sometimes with Tide Chipper is that if you just play a fetch land here, what can we actually do? We can't really play it then. Yeah, see, they just play a fetch land, so that's a problem often, but I suspect it might want to run this Scalding Tarn into something. Let's draw a Silver Adept here. That would be a nice draw, right? No. But we can run out the Lord instead, the Master instead. Is that better? I think it is. Then they just use a removal spell on the Master, and I think that's fine. Normally, I don't want to run out the Master as a 1, but here it's fine because I can prevent the Harbinger to get removed by the Galvanic Discharge it's going to use here. Great. So this is probably going to be a Spell Snare. Yeah, Spell Snare is good. Okay, so this looks like it's Dimir Murktide. This is not a good hand against Murktide. Frogtide. So Frog is coming in now, and that's gonna wreck our game. So if we just played our 1-on-1, okay, that's lucky for us. Really lucky for us. The question is here if it's okay. He might Thought Seize us, but I don't think they're running Inquisition. But that's the same. Okay, they don't. Okay. So the question here is running the Harbinger into a Fatal Push, but Fatal Push can't kill it here, and then he's off black. So I think that's worth it because they're typically running Fatal Push. That's the normal line you want to do here. So I think definitely we wanna do that. So I think yeah. So Tide Chipper, he'll kill a Fatal Push. Harbinger, he can't, and then he's off black. So I think this is worth it. That's my line. If he has Fatal Push, we're golden. He can't do anything about it because he doesn't have a fetch land. And now he's off black. So I think this is fine. The problem is we can't protect it. But there's not many things in blue that can actually handle this around here. Even though I don't think this is the best. This card is not the best. He needs to find his black swamp. His swamp. I think they're running 2 swamps or something. Okay. Steamens. So it's Grixis. Pretty cool. This sounds like it's a counterspell up. Start by attacking. So if you want to counter my... Maybe I'll just pass with Flare of Denial up. Because he needs to tap out for the Murktide. I think that's worth it. And if he doesn't do anything next turn, I'll play Tide Chipper and Master. Because I think he can play a land and then play Murktide by discarding it, stacking everything. Okay, he does not. That's pretty nice. I could run out the Tide Chipper here. Then he might counter that, but I think that's worth it. I'm gonna play a Master. Okay, we got to do that. That's good. That's just a threat. It's fine. Just holding up Flare here, If he taps out at any point, we have 2 lords we can play. We even have the Hex Catcher we can play at instant speed and end step if you want to do that, but I don't think I want to do that actually. Maybe I do. Yeah, I think that's pretty good to do. He'd probably counter this. Spell snare, okay. Ooh, that's nice. Good. I think it's fine just to have these 4 points of damage. Don't want to run it into counterspell. We are putting pressure on. No rush. He needs to do something at some point. Okay. Griggs is Murktide. That's actually a rather rare thing to see. Against Griggs' Murktide, I think we can still keep in the Harbingers. They were also really good here. We don't want the Force of Negations. I think the Flares are fine. Some of the things that we could be choosing here is Harbingers. Those are pretty nice, both against Frog and against Murktide itself. I don't actually like Subtlety that much. It could work against theirs because they're also playing 2 main deck Subtleties themselves. The problem with Subtlety is that the Murktide will easily just replay itself later on. So I don't think that's the best. And it's not that hard to do it against the other things. I don't even love Dismember that much because Psychic Frog can just outgrow it pretty fast. So Harbingers is a lot better. Trix is also fine against it. So Loons is decent. Tishan's Timebinder is fine in this matchup because you can take off the Psychic Frog trigger, but it's not amazing. It's okay. And the Hexcast is just fine because it's instant, and so is the Trickster. That's also interactive. I still want to play Silver Edit. Hexcast it's a bit worse because of Orcish Bowmaster. So maybe we'll cut one of those. Maybe we do on the Dismembers. I don't love it. I don't love it. Maybe we just run the Subtleties, because I don't think we need all the Tidebinders. So we do it like this, right? I don't think Tidebinders is the best here. Counting a Murktide activity trigger or Orcish Bowmaster is kind of weak. The Psychic Frog doesn't need to cut it either. Let's do it like this. Okay. This hand is definitely not amazing. I think I'll keep it anyways. My problem here is that he'll be able to play out a Murktide or a Frog before we can do anything. Let's preordain Thoughtseize. But they are not necessarily running Thoughtseizes, because if these guys are running Thoughtseize or Inquisition, then you don't typically want to run either Vial actually. This is because then it's a matter of attrition. It's an attrition based game, and either Vial is best at 7 cards in hand, and then dismantling your hand is not that good. Okay, so now I think the single thing super we're gonna keep that in hand now. So we'll play out the. I think we can play the island first, because then he wanna set up and hold up counter magic. Could be our hope. So we do like this. And then next turn, if he keeps up counterspell, then we can surprise him with the Cavern of Souls. Okay, he's gonna go for the Frog here. Yeah, that's the Frog. It's fine. We have the chance of bouncing that to hand at some point with the Singleton Stupor. Perfect timing for the Either Vial. We start by just tapping down the Psychic Frog. Actually, interesting line here. Let's see if he goes for this. So imagine we allow him to attack, don't tap it down. Then he will have to choose to discard cards, and then we can choose to block. So let him just attack now. And then we can play out this Merfolk. He can counter it. And now he has to choose to discard cards now. So he has to throw one card away at least. Otherwise we can just eat it. Oh, he forgot to do it. So we got a free kill. And now he has to kill it. And then we can play out the... Oh my god, this is awesome. That's a huge blunder for him. He needs to kill it now. Okay, we eat a Psychic Frog with a Merfolk Trickster. That was absolutely nuts. He should have discarded one card. Just one card. Bad play by him. Okay, one swamp up. So again, same situation. We'll be able to... He does have a swamp, so that means that his fatal pushes are up, but the fatal push cannot kill the Harbinger without him cracking anything. So I think in this case I want to start by playing out the Mooter Ball is fine. Then we just attack with a Merfolk Trickster. He can choose to kill something here, but he does not. And then we play out the Harbinger. Same situation again. He can't kill it from the basic swamp here. And he needs something to leave the battlefield for him to kill off the Harbinger with the fatal push. And these fetch lands won't do it. Maybe he does have something here. That's pretty good. But we can counter it. Flare of Denial. Let's just sack the Trickster. I think that's definitely worth it. Okay. So I think what's best to do here is play out the Ether Vial and then Tide Shipper the Swamp. Tide Shipper Swamp means that now we don't get any more Toxic Deluge or anything like that. Also, I think one of the things that he might be able to do is... I think of course Orcish Bowmasters and then blocking the Harbinger. So I think it's nice if we can do it like this here. We play out this one and we card this with trigger. Maybe he'll counter this. No, he can't counter that. Okay, so that's good because Spellsend doesn't counter that one. And then I think it's best to play out the Ether Vial, right? If the Master does better now. I think Master is fine. Oh, he can counter that one. Okay, that's annoying. Yeah, that's the one he could counter. Okay, I think it's fine. But that was not good line. We should have played the Ether Vial. I knew he had that one up. I called it beforehand, but it's okay. It's okay because I think he'll play a Murktide now, and we can sink into Stupid. Sink into Stupid. Okay, nothing. No Murktide. That's unfortunate for him. Play out an Ether Vial. But Ether Vial is good against counter-based matchups, but it's just if they have Thoughtseize, I don't like it that much. Sink into Stupor on that one. Pretty good line, pretty good line, pretty good line. That allows him to do all sorts of things in his own turn. And if we sink into Stupor, that one now, I think we have to think it's a super... No, maybe that's just okay. He only has 2 cards. What is it that he can play? Molten Collapse, stuff like that. What will he be able to play that's so crazy? Maybe we just let this happen. He opened up all his mana. Then he can do all sorts of stuff. He can play Psychic Frog. But Psychic Frog is not even that good. No. But if you think it's stupid, he's thinking it's stupid. He can draw a land and play it again. And play the Orcish Bowmaster. It's not the best case, this one. Bouncing this just seems so stupid. I think it's okay. I think we'll let it happen. No, we should have synced in stupid that one. Okay, no matter. He conceded. That was pretty nice. Let's go get. Let's run through the rounds we won. That will probably also be pretty interesting for you guys to see. So we won the 2 last games here. So this was a trophy, really nice. But you can see here the game history. We did have other games. Look at here. So this, I think this list is pretty nice. It could be you. I did miss Consign to Memory. I love that card. Also, if you play against Eldrazi. This is our first round. This hand is decent. We can keep that. Let's play it out here so we can start interacting. And look at this. This was Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth has historically been one of the worst matchups. But they totally disappeared in the Nadu mirror, or in the Nadu world. So nobody was playing Yawgmoth at all. And now there's a new Yawgmoth because it's back now, since it's pretty good against Boros because they don't have enough interaction. So it actually is coming back. But historically it's been a horrible matchup for us. Now we can just gonna play out a lore here. This is not the best play, but again, the problem is that sitting up and having a Hex Catcher up is not the best. This lord at least can stop the Young Wolf from attacking, so I think that's the reason why we're going to do that. He's going to play a Wall of Roots, so a Rampy game and a Haywire Might from the Wall of Roots. Wall of Roots is insane. You can use it the same turn it comes into play, right? It's crazy. We draw a land, that was nice, so we can play the Sveloon here, having Force Negation to protect it. So I think this is pretty decent. Blooming Marsh. I think he's going to come with Yawgmoth here. That of course is a big problem, but at least we have some things going for us here. We have Ward. Sveloon is nice for Ward. So if you want to use the combo, he will have to pay mana, and he can't really pay that much mana because he used the mana for the Wall of Roots. He can do it in this turn, but then it's only 1. So actually the War trigger is really important. We start by attacking because we have the Rod Ellen Hexcatcher. And he can start, he'll try to shrink this as much as he can. And he blocks, double blocks, and I can rearrange it like this. And I choose actually to let it die because I had another one. This is maybe a crazy line. I could be doing all sorts of other things. If I pumped it one more time, maybe I could have killed the Yawgmoth. But the problem is that I know he can just keep putting counters on, sacking the Haywire Might as well. Because this is not, it doesn't cost anything to sack it, and this one does not have Ward. So what I attain by doing this is I say, okay, at least I get your Young Wolf out of the town. That's dead forever, because that only goes back on play if he has the combo. He does not here, so the Young Wolf just goes back, just dies. That's nice. I love it. They can't have Yawgmoth and Young Wolf at the same time, so it's good that it's gone. And by doing this, I get to replay this Sveloon right after, with Force Negation back up. So I actually like this line. because this allows me to play my cards at the most. If I did whatever I could to get this to survive the first one, then I would just be stuck with another one in hand. So because I had another one, I thought it was nice just to replay it. So now he starts to shrink this, but it has ward, and he can play 1 mana for the water fruit. So he shrinked it to a 1/1. Malevolent Rumble. I was actually just wanting to counter that. That's pretty aggressive, but we don't have many force negation targets in this mirror. Even Grist is not a good target. There's something you can do on the Court of Calling, stuff like that, but on the Grist, that's a creature, so you can't force negation that one. And the Malevolent Rumble is great because it also gives him a sack fodder for this one. And right now he needs more things to sacrifice. So I didn't want to give him a free 0/0. So we're gonna force that. He finds a Dried Arbor, and then he can sack to shrink it. Blood Artist comes down. This is looking a lot better for him. At least we still have ward, but he can't kill off the Lord now. We play Lord of Atlantis, and we go for attack. This is to bait him a bit here. Oops, Harbinger is nice draw. He'll jump block, and then he'll try to kill off the Lord. No, he's putting on the Svelun actually, but that's fine. Now he definitely want to go for the line of proliferating. So it just passes here. No, actually he starts tapping out in his end step. Yeah, right. Then he plays the Orcish Bowmaster in step, trying to kill off that one, and I'll let the war trigger resolve before I play the Hex Catcher. So he has to do it like this. And now he has to do it again, so now he's out of ward triggers. Normal mana he can do, and I can put down this one. So this is actually a really huge blunder, because my creature actually survives because of this. And I can play one more and start hitting in for a lot, because because I played the Harbinger, all of this are islands. So I hit him down to 2 and play the Ether Vial. But I think now he can play the Agatha, get the water fruits back, and then start chaining Yawgmoth interactions, because he can just shrink the Yawgmoth and generating mana. So now he can just wipe my board. But I think it was the right line to do it like this, because we got him off his mana, we got him down to 2. But because of Agatha's Soul Cauldron allowing him to use the water fruits, then we're actually losing here. So you can see but actually, you see here he's actually almost control, and now he can kill off that one. He'll get a life. You see this is where the water fruit just goes crazy, and he gets too much life, so we end up losing this. We can hit in here for 3. But this Yawgmoth matchup is insane. Yeah, now it gets the combo off. So that means we're down 0-1. Yeah, so that was actually really close. We got him down to 2, and I think we played it pretty well, even though he had his combo up and running, and Yawgmoth Threat Physician going crazy. This is a pretty nice hand, because we have our Ether Vial on 1. And we drew the Silver Galalet. I love seeing a Silver Galalet, but I don't want to play it into an Orcish Bowmaster. So we're gonna lead on the Lord of Atlantis. Again, you have to play around this kind of thing. They do play at Orcish Bowmasters. And they also play Malevolent Rumble. We can't do anything about it in this case. Okay. This is perfect because he'll play the Reclamation Sage to get back, to destroy the Ether Vial, and then we can play the Tidebinder, countering the triggered ability, and putting in the Adept to draw a card, and then our turn, we can now totally go all out here. Taking the tide, and this is where actually I think it's better to play the Tidebinder to remove him from black sources, because Harbinger, then we would we wouldn't take him off anything, but by Tideshivering we take him off anything, and then we play the Lord from the Ether Vial and have Dismember up. This is just such a nice situation, and then we just hit him for, I don't know how much this is, 8, 9, this is 9, 12, and he goes to 5. Yeah, damn, hammering hard. And again, sometimes we discuss if Ether Vial is good or not. Just look at this game here. This just allows us to be so much faster than he could ever imagine. We play a Lord on 2, but then on 3 we Ether Vial the Reclamation Sage target and play out Adept. Then we play the Tideshipper and the Master and hold up Dismember. And he's lost. Game 3. So again, this game we just won because we were faster. We were faster because of a turn 1 Ether Vial. You gotta imagine, we have people discussing in the Merfolk community whether Ether Vial is good or not. It's a bad top deck late game, but it just allows you to win some games out of the blue. Okay, it starts with a Underground Mortuary. We don't have a fast hand either. He comes with Waterroot, which is one of his best second turn plays, and then into a Young Wolf, so pretty decent line here. We draw Ether Vial on a not so good spot, but I actually think it's better to try to keep him off his basics here. Notice that I chose the Swamp. This is because the Underground Mortuary will be turned off by the Harbinger, so my line was to try to deny him mana as much as possible. He played the Grist, that's not good. He can then kill off the Tideship immediately. I easily make a play mistake in this game. I remembered that. That was really annoying. So here we play out the Adepts, and we play the Ether Vial. I didn't want to run out the Harbinger in this case, because he would still have Swamp up and running. So it wouldn't really do that much at this point. So I think it's better to try to get an Adept in, so we can flare the Denial. Yeah. So he just creates a token, a Haywire Might, 2 cards on hand, and then he can kill off the Ether Vial. We'll just let this happen. Pashevio comes in. So we play the Harbinger to try to keep him off the mana. And the Harbinger would have been nice here, because then he can't... that's just a good play. Let's see here. He allows it. We can't really attack anyways. Don't want to just trade it with the Insect, but this way we set it up. Okay, so this is fine. He'll just put up the Grist and pass. We deny him a bit of mana here, so he has green from the Waterroots, but not that much. And now we play out Master. This is where I made the fall line, because I was considering what are we doing in this case. I was thinking about this for like 2 minutes, but the concept is that I'm nervous about a removal spell, a black removal spell here. So how do we come around that? Well, I would say I don't want to use too much on the Grist. So I want to attack one on him and one on Grist. I don't want to use both on Grist, then Grist gets too much value. So I don't want to attack with the Harbinger on the Grist, because then if he kills the Harbinger, then he gets value, because he kills the best creature, and he gets to kill off the Grist. Also, I have Flare Denial up. So if the Master gets killed, then I need to sack the Silver Gladiator to save with the Master. So what I do here is that I choose to attack the Adept on the Grist and the Harbinger on him with Master. But I was also considering, because of the removal spell, saying, okay, what if I just play another Master right away? You know, just play 2 Masters. If he has a removal spell, then there's only 1 back. But my idea here is that I also just being able to hold up the Flare of Denial
and the Vordelling Hatchcatcher. So I just play one master, and if he has a removal spell, I can counter it with the Flare of the Nile hardcast or second the Adept. So I attack Grist and Adept on him. I think, okay. Maybe I just attack, yeah, attack because I want to counter it. Okay, so Abrupt Decay, uncounterable. So my line should definitely been, because of Abrupt Decay, to play both masters, because then he would kill the Harbinger instead. Okay, well that would have been the same, but that was a consideration for me. Okay, anyway, so now he can block. At least he does a bad block here. He double blocks this one and let this one in. I can just play the Hexcatcher now to save it. So I think that's pretty decent. But now he gets to Grist. He Thought Seizes, and that's also annoying. I want to just counter the Thought Seize because I think the Master can be really relevant, but he kills off the Harbinger here. And now we have no islands left. At least we drew 2 Merfolk, so we get this out of range, and then we attack, kill off the young wolf. He's on 1 life. But I don't think we played it that well. I also think the Thought Seize, that might be better to not do that. Okay, so he plays Grist, and he kills off one of the masters. This means that now we can actually kill. We draw Harbinger. This is an amazing draw. So now this one can kill him for free because it's unblockable. So that's just a really nice draw. We're gonna take him off, and then we win. Okay, so cool. But anyway, I think the other 2 games was kind of boring, so you don't get to see them today. But that's one more Modern League trophy, and that means that we now have 3 in this season at all with Merfolk, so that's really nice. This list is kind of nice. I think one of the things I would be changing is that I love Consign to Memory, so I would find room for this. I also like Silver Adept, so I want to have 2 more. I don't think we need all 4 Tidebinders. They were decent, they're good, but they were not MVPs of this tournament. Harbinger of the Seas was, and that's absolutely fine. Flare of the Night was also nice. And I actually think Swaylun is pretty good now. But thanks so guys for watching. Have a great one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you guys. Bye bye.